on to item 7, district administrative reports. Superintendent's report. Dr. Nicholas?
Yes, I just thought I would quickly review where things stand with the California state budget, as there are still issues yet to be resolved. Later on an info and discussion item, I'll speak to the academic programs being worked on for the next school year. So the state budget deal ended up with flat funding, which means that every district in the California, including ours, is going to be funded on the 1920 funding levels. This is not a break-even proposition, but it is the best news coming out of the budget negotiations. The reason being that teachers and staff who earn additional credits in university coursework and who get another years of experience move on what's called step and column. So each year, the cost of maintaining a highly qualified group of teachers costs more because they're earning more units and they're earning more years of credit. That, coupled with the CalPERS and CalSTRS, which are the two state employee and teacher educator retirement systems, also require an additional investment from the district. So those are two expenses that play in. And then there's additional costs. We're opening a new school and things like that. So flat funding is excellent news for us. It's not flat in the means of we have the same amount of spending power as we did last year, but it is way better than what happened in the May revise. So a quick review, the governor gave a January budget proposal. It had a 2.31% COLA. COVID-19 and the pandemic hit. The economy shut down. So the May revise was a significant change from January, and in that the governor proposed a 10% cut in public education. So during the month of June, our task was to put together a budget based on a 10% cut. And so we did so. On June 30th, we submitted our board-approved May revise-based budget to the county to meet government regulatory statutes. But we also knew that we would be bringing back to the board a revised budget based on the agreement. So the day we submitted was the day the governor signed the budget. So our staff in the business department and all of our leaders in the district office are working on the revised budget, which will probably come forward in the first meeting in August, based on flat funding and not the 10% cut in May. A second issue, which is still a work in progress, is based on the term hold harmless that's in the budget. Hold harmless was intended to protect flat enrollment and declining enrollment districts from losing more money during the pandemic. And so they capped enrollment numbers at the February of 2020 number. That's great for districts that are losing kids. It's an oxymoronic term, hold harmless, for growth districts, in that if we're supposed to be held harmless, then they need to fund us for our growth. At present, they have to change the language in the budget for growth districts in order for that to happen. Our district, our board, Trustee Balzerini in his role with CSBA as a board of directors member have all been lobbying local officials, state entities in multiple facets. What I can tell you is at present, we have been getting conflicting information. We have been told the governor said fix it, and we have been told that it is not a big enough problem, therefore it may not be fixed. So I reached out to Trustee Balzerini to contact CSBA's Education Legal Alliance. Trustee Balzerini, do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, I did. I contacted CSBA and they're doing research for Education Legal Alliance. Part of the problem we're having right now is they've had a COVID outbreak at the Capitol. So they've sent everyone home more or less, and they're not working from the office. So it's slowing everything down. I don't have any new information. I'm hoping to get some tomorrow. But if there's potential with the Education Legal Alliance that we could use legal resources from CSBA to fight the issue.
So the hope is they'll fix it because common sense would say if it's supposed to hold every district harmless, we shouldn't harm the growth districts. So that's our goal. And we are setting up a contingency plan through CSBA Education Legal Alliance in case that doesn't happen. So Mr. President, that is my presentation.